The San Francisco 49ers started their season with back-to-back victories for the second time in 3 seasons, thanks to a tough 17-11 win over the Eagles on Sunday. Let's take a look at a few of the top points of discussion that came out of that game. Number 1, Jimmy Garoppolo is maddening. Watching Jimmy Garoppolo takes something that is in short supply these days. Patience. A lot of patience. The perfect example of this was his performance on Sunday when the offense was held without a first down in the opening quarter of the game for the first time since Chip Kelly was the 49ers head coach. During the offensive futility in that first quarter, Garoppolo missed a number of throws that could have extended the possessions. There were errant throws on simple screen plays to Kyle Juszczyk and Deebo Samuel, along with passes down the field that sailed over the head of wide receivers Brandon Ayuk and Mohamed Sanu. Garoppolo would eventually get it together and lead the 49ers offense on a 97-yard scoring drive to give the 49ers a 7-3 lead at the half. While there were a number of throws on the drive, many of them were screens or underneath throws until Garoppolo hit Deebo Samuel over the middle for a 40-yard completion to put the offense on the Philadelphia 11-yard line. Garoppolo would end the drive on the next play, finding Jauan Jennings open on the left side for the touchdown. In the second half, Garoppolo would again lead the offense on a long touchdown drive. This time it would go 92 yards and end with Garoppolo scoring on a quarterback sneak. This was the first time that San Francisco had touchdown drives, 2 of them to be exact, that started inside their own 10-yard line in the same game since the victory of the Miami Dolphins on December 6, 1992. Garoppolo's ability to adjust throughout the game is a big reason why he is 24-8 as the 49ers starting quarterback, and why Kyle Shanahan is stuck with him even though the team used 3 first-round draft picks on his future replacement. Number 2, the run defense struggles again. San Francisco's defense is going to give up a lot of yards this year if they can't start to play the run better. Through the first 2 weeks of the season, the defense has allowed the 19th most yards, and the primary reason is they're allowing 5 yards per rushing attempt, 5th worst in the NFL. As bad as that sounds, the 49ers defense has allowed the 10th fewest points, and therein lies the rub. The defensive philosophy through the first 2 weeks has been to bend but not break. The defense has allowed opponents to chew up yards in the middle of the field. Once they get down into that scoring territory, they step up and shut the door. This occurred throughout the early portion of both victories to start the season. Against Detroit, the defense came up with a stop on 4th down, then held for a field goal attempt which the Lions could not convert. And then this week in Philadelphia, it was the defense being able to come up with a stop after a long Philadelphia drive when Javon Kinlaw was able to block the field goal. Then, after allowing a 91-yard completion from Jalen Hurts, the defense would mount a goal line stand to keep the Eagles from scoring. The next 3 weeks is going to provide a much better idea of where this defense stands. Shutting down Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts is one thing. Doing that, though, to Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray, that's a totally different monster altogether. Number 3, San Francisco weathered the storm. Facing a difficult defense with a raucous crowd on hand for the Eagles' home opener, San Francisco needed to weather the storm early to stay in the game. The 49ers' running game couldn't get going, Garoppolo was missing throws left and right, and the defense was struggling to get off the field. When the first quarter ended, the 49ers had been outgained 117 to 114, but they were down only 3-0. After going 3 and out on their first 3 offensive possessions, the 49ers offense would start to get their feet underneath them on the first possession of the second quarter, and though they would not score any points, that 11-play drive would allow the defense to finally catch its breath. San Francisco would then score on 3 of their next 4 possessions to take a 17-3 lead and, for all intents and purposes, put the game away. There was nothing fancy about the 2 touchdown drives. They were just simply pictures of consistency. The ability to control the ball for 12 and 16-play drives and finish those off in the end zone is not something that happens very often in the NFL. Number 4, the defense saved the day. While the offense struggled, the defense made big play after big play to keep the 49ers in the game. On the first play of the second quarter, with Philadelphia facing 3rd and 1 at the 49ers' 27-yard line, defensive tackle DJ Jones stepped up to close off the middle of the defense and drop Eagles running back Miles Sanders for a loss of 2. Defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw would then block Jake Elliott's 47-yard field goal on the next play to keep the Eagles off the scoreboard. All of this occurred after a 36-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Reagor was wiped away due to the wide receiver being forced out of bounds by 49ers cornerback Deommodore Lenoir while the ball was in the air. Great team defense all around. The next Philadelphia possession would start with a 91-yard completion from Jalen Hurts to Quez Watkins That would have been a touchdown if not for Jaquiski Tartt chasing the receiver down and grabbing the back of his jersey to keep him out of the end zone. A few plays after Tartt's heroics, the Friars defense found themselves backed up on the 1-yard line following a pass interference call. After the incomplete pass to Zach Ertz, linebacker Fred Warner would drop Sanders for a loss of 3, with some help of deep by DJ Jones on that one as well. And then Jimmy Ward and Azeez Al-Shaair would follow up that play by chasing Hurts out of bounds to force 4th and goal. The Eagles would try to get tricky on 4th down, the defense would finish off the stand. From that point on, it was all 49ers. Overall, a great team win, highlighted by a number of plays from all areas of the game. You had Jimmy Garoppolo making plays, Deebo Samuel obviously, some great plays by the defense, and I'd be remiss not to mention Mitchell Wisnowski. Wisnowski ended up being named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. He had 3 really nice punts, including 2 that dropped the Eagles deep inside their own 10-yard line. Think about that 91-yard completion. If Wisnowski's punt had bounded into the end zone and the Eagles started on the 20, that's likely a touchdown instead of him getting the receiver getting tackled short, and then the 49ers defense being able to hold for that goal line stand. That's my report for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun things that we have to do on YouTube here. I appreciate your time. Have a great day, everybody. Back at you soon.